All right, we are back. We're going to now look at the NFC East. Yes, the NFC East with the Dallas Cowboys. A division where you can go 8-8, win a division, and get a home playoff game.
That's not happening this year.
Chris, who wins NFC East? I think I know where you're going with it.
My guys and my man Nick Foles. Eagles are going to run away with this division.
Run away, huh?
Washington can't play defense, can't play special teams.
Philly can't either.
Philly's defense was much better last year in the second half of the season.
Okay.
They did not lose the playoff game because they didn't score. What was it, 23-20?
I mean, that's Drew
because they
Brees.
didn't stop.
That's Drew Brees.
They
We're
held Drew
not
Brees to
count
23 points. That's actually pretty good. Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham, they did pretty well. They played much better in the second half of the season. Marcus Smith, I didn't like the pick at first, but when you watch him, he's an explosive guy that could get to the pass rush. I think we have a lot of depth in our front seven. We don't have, or front four anyway. We don't have a lot of guys that jump off the page at you, but Vinny Curry, Marcus Smith, like I said, Trent Cole's been better. He's getting better in the 3-4, adjusting to his new role. Secondary is still weak, I know that. But in our offense, the pickup of Darren Sproles is going to be really good. McCoy wants to get 2,000 yards, but I think Sproles is going to take away from him a little bit. But, I mean, think about that. Just in the backfield, forget receivers. Foles, McCoy on the left, Sproles on the right. They could do anything. They could hand it to one of them. They could throw to one of them. We talked about their weapons on offense. The defense is getting better, I think. And like I said, I just don't think anybody else in that division is close enough. The Giants are a little bit to me like the Steelers. They won it before, but it's just not there for me anymore.
I think Eli's looked terrible this offseason.
Yeah, but
new offense has not looked
He's
good.
not running.
No, they haven't. But I trust Eli Manning. I really do. He's won 2 Super Bowls. I trust Eli Manning.
Eli's like Rain Man. He just gets hot randomly.
Yeah, I think Washington's going to finish second because they're going to be able to score. I can't say anything bad. If RG3 stays healthy, that offense is going to be very dynamic. It's going to be able to do a lot. If not, even if it doesn't, like we talked about, Kirk Cousins has looked really good. It's looked better than RG3.
Yes, he has.
I know it's been against second string, but he's looked really good. But I go Eagles to repeat. Offensively, they're going to be even better, I think. Chip Kelly's going to have another year to teach these guys different things, everything he wants to do. So I think the Eagles, I'll go Redskins too, simply because they'll be able to score. The Giants and Dallas will fight it out for third because I don't think the Giants are going to be very good. But I'll go the Giants just because I want to see Dallas finish last.
Good, man.
Well, I agree with the order. I don't have it as clear-cut as you do. Honestly, before the preseason started, I was going to pick the Redskins to win that division. But after seeing how RG3 has not really looked...
Can't even slide. He can't even slide. He doesn't know how to not get hurt.
Well, I'm not worried about him getting hurt. I'm more worried about him. I'm more worried about him reading the defense. I know, because if Kirk Cousins comes in, they're in good hands. But I'm more worried about him able to read a defense because they have too many weapons to not be a very good offense.
Yeah.
With Alfred Morris, running the rock, and they got Riley Cooper and Jeremy Maclin. And they got guys that, Oh, wait, we're talking about Skins. Yeah, we're talking about the Skins. The Skins had Deshaun Jackson and Pierre Garçon and a Jordan Reed who's on my fantasy team. I need him to do very well.
I like Pierre Garçon.
I wanted to pick them until I saw RG3. He looks real hesitant. The first-team offense still hasn't scored a touchdown this preseason. So
I think they'll figure it out, though.
I'll take Philly to repeat, and that's only because the Skins don't look good on offense, and we know they're not good on defense. Philly will win, and I'm not taking anything from him. Nick Foles is going to have a good year. He's not going to have another.
No.
What he had 4 picks last year? Two picks.
27 and
27.
He'll probably throw 8 this year.
It was skewed. He played the Raiders. 5 touchdowns.
7.
But
he threw 2 interceptions, and one was in a blizzard. One was against the Lions.
There was also a couple drives, and there was one called back. But nobody's counting his picks. He'll throw about 8 this year.
That's people to me are like, I don't believe in Nick Foles. He's not going to be as good as last year. But he had the best touchdown to interception ratio of all time.
Yeah,
he's not going to be that good again, but
neither is Peyton Manning.
He's going to be good.
Peyton
Manning's not going to throw 55 again.
So
but I believe in the Eagles, and I said it at the end of last year. Within the next 5 years, the Eagles are going to have a Super Bowl. That offense is really good.
That'll be a first.
I'm telling you, it will be.
It will be a first.
It's coming. I'm telling you, Chip Kelly can make anybody an offense,
and not a defense.
But they have a nucleus. It's coming.
I like D'Amico Ryans. I think he had good numbers last
year.
If you watch him, it didn't really look. It didn't look as good as the numbers look.
Mm-hmm.
I like Kerry Williams.
Michael Kendricks is very good.
Michael Kendricks is very good.
And he's getting better. He's young. Michael Kendricks is going to be one of the best tackling linebackers in this league very soon. I'm telling you. You will see. You will see.
I'm not that sold on. He's a good linebacker. And their secondary,
secondary's weak. I'm worried about the secondary.
Yeah,
and with the Redskins, and if RG3's healthy,
and if
they'll be able to beat our secondary.
Yeah.
But
third, I have the Giants just because they're a little more stable than
they
Dallas.
Can play defense a little better than Dallas. Everybody plays defense better than
Us
Dallas.
Three can play defense better than the Dallas Cowboys.
By ourselves.
You're right. Dallas has a very good offense with Dez and Romo and Jason Witten and DeMarco Murray.
Is healthy. And they run the ball. If
they run the ball, that's another big factor.
DeMarco Murray's really good.
He is. He just doesn't get no touches.
Get the ball.
Whatever the case is, Jason Garrett, this is his last year in Dallas. And they will finish probably 6-10.
I'm
7-9 at best.
I'm 5-11, I would say.
Okay, well, either way, I have them finishing last. Yeah. The Giants not too far from them.
Because if you have them 7-9, they don't finish last in that division.
I think they can finish 7-9. The Giants can finish 7-9, 8-8, tiebreaker type thing. Mm-hmm. And then, the Eagles will probably win 11 games, and the Skins will probably win 10. Mm-hmm. So I have it.
Is it Skins? So do they make the playoffs? I mean, we'll get there, but.
Yeah, we'll get
you really think they're that good?
The Redskins have the potential to be that good, yes.
You can't stop anybody. Their special teams is awful. Special teams is terrible. And it's important.
I think that's something that can be corrected. That's a correctable issue. It is.
It is, but it was really bad last year.
Yeah.
I believe it was the worst in the league last year, statistically.
Probably, but that was last year. I think they'll come back better. I think Kerrigan's going to have a good year. Ratco's back.
Yeah.
So they'll be okay on pass rush wise. They have a good front seven.
Let's let Byron talk here. Byron, you've been quiet. You gonna upset me?
Sadly, the Cowboys are gonna finish last.
How's that sad?
I like Tony Romo.
How's that sad? I love it.
He gets a wrong rep sometimes.
No, maybe one day we can stop calling America's team.
Well, I think that's the Patriots now.
I do too. But I'm not a Dallas hater. So I just think they're way too mediocre.
If they win more than 6 games, I'll be shocked.
Dallas?
Yeah, I think they'll be the worst team in the NFC possibly.
I'm not gonna take it that far.
I think Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota could win 6 games. I mean, they could be worse than them. But
they could, but
Romo could. As bad as
Dallas's offense.
Romo wins you 3 to 5 games every year. Defense. But Romo can win you 3 to 5 games off of his greatness.
Is he going to be healthy? That's
the key. The offensive line has to
think
keep
slowly.
Back injuries are nothing to mess with.
That's true. I think slowly but surely this division has become one of the weaker ones.
It's awful. I don't even think it's been slowly. It's awful.
Well, then you got to remember the AFC South and
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying it's the worst, but it's pretty bad.
It is pretty bad.
It used to be a gauntlet, and now it's pretty bad.
Just touch on it real quick. Third, the Giants. I think they'll be a 500 team. They're usually a second half team, so they'll probably start off 0-4.
Yeah, they did the same thing. They started 0-6.
I like the addition of Thurman and Rodgers Cromartie. Odell Beckham needs to get his head together because that will hurt his offense because Victor Cruz is the only weapon you really have.
Eli's look very good.
I do like Ruben Ware, by the way. But
I do too.
The offensive line, not learning the offense.
Yeah.
Second place, your Eagles. I think when you give defensive coordinators an offseason to figure out an offense, go around the colleges, figure out what you're trying to do, like you saw with the read option, like you've seen with the wild card. I think people figure it out.
Chip Kelly's offense is a million times better than the read option. The read option was one play.
But we have some of the best football minds. People figured out enough to contain it.
Chip Kelly's one of the best football minds, too.
Yeah.
And it's going to grow. It's not going to be the same as last year. It's going to grow.
He
knows who his starting quarterback is this year. He added another weapon at the running back. Jeremy Maclin is back, and I know they lost.
I love Jordan Matthews. That's one of my favorite guys.
Jordan Matthews, and they drafted Josh Huff. They traded for Kenyon Barner. You get Oregon guys there that know the offense. They're going to be able to teach other guys. Chip Kelly's going to teach other guys. This offensive line is great. It's one of the best in the NFL. For as bad as it was with Andy Reid, it was very good last year, and it's better. I think it's going to be better this year.
I think they'll use squirrels in the slot a little more often.
They will. They can do so many things, is my point. Jeremy Maclin can play the outside. He can play the slot. Jordan Matthews can play the slot. Josh Huff can play the slot. Riley Cooper and Nick Foles have a very good connection. Because I wasn't a big fan of Riley Cooper, but with Nick Foles, he was really good.
I just think the Redskins are going to win this division. I look at the quarterback play. I know we got Nick Foles, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But RG3, when he's healthy, and I do think he's going to play 16 games. Although the offensive line's been a little suspect, I think RG3, you put Deshaun Jackson, guy you know well, Pierre Garçon, Jordan Reed, Alfred Morris, Roy Halou, becoming a run-first offense, which they should do. RG3, stand upright. This defense, Kerrigan, Arakpo, Ryan Clark, old but still knowledgeable of the game.
Ryan Clark.
Merriweather, he may be suspended every week, but he can hit. Okay? London Fletcher, big loss, but I think they have enough to get it done, and I think they win this division. I think it comes down to maybe the last week of the season, as always. I think RG3 will get it done. You'll see a little bit of the rookie RG3, the Heisman Trophy electrifying RG3, and he'll prove a lot of his haters wrong. Just saying. That's just how I see it.
Torn his ACL like 3 times.
But he won't tell me.
You're going to tell me he's going to play 6
As bad as the team was last year, RG3 wasn't that bad. Go look at the numbers. I'm just saying.
His numbers weren't that bad. That doesn't mean he wasn't. But you know who else was a nice pickup for Philly? Although if you're a Philly fan, you hope you'll never see the field. Mark Sanchez looks very good.
They said he has looked good.
He looked very good this offseason.
I hope he's not in Eagles uniform. I hope we trade him.
You can get some value for him, especially really St. Louis is in need for Mark Sanchez.
And people,
right
I mean, I was hard on him, but he's better than the butt fumble.
He's better than
he has been in 2 straight AFC Championship games.
People forget how good he was.
Yeah, I mean, think about the Jets traded everything. Not everything. They gave up a lot to get him. The guy's talented. He can throw. He's really good. It just I don't know.
NFC East, it'll be fun to watch. If someone wins,
no, it won't. The Eagles are going to win it. The Eagles are going to win it.
surprised.
The Eagles are going to win 11 games and win this division. It's not going to be close. Don't listen to this guy.
That's not a hometown pick at all.
I don't care if it's a hometown pick. They're good.
Every game, Deshaun Jackson, Pierre Garçon, look out.
They're going to win a playoff game too.
Let's see how the NFC East plays out.
I just told you.